Man, from Kwara.
Adegoke Abdurrahman.
Yes.
Okay, from where?
Kwara State, Ilorin.
Kwara State, Ilorin. Okay, you're warmly welcome. Let's keep the introduction going. Introduce yourself.
Olarewaju E&M.
Okay.
From Ilorin, Kwara State.
Okay, from Ilorin, Kwara State. Okay, I can see Oladimeji raising up their hand. Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself quickly.
Oladimeji, Kwara State, Ilorin.
Oladimeji. Then what do you do? Do you work? Are you a student? What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
A student. Okay, that's a smart one. Welcome to the section. Who is here to introduce himself? Please introduce yourself. Where are you from? Where are you joining us from? And what do you do for a living? Who else are we missing on? Saliu Ayo. Are you there? Introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself. Where are you joining us from and what do you do for a living? Hello, you met us on introduction, so please introduce yourself. We have two people here to introduce themselves, Sharifat Abioye and Saliu Ayo, here to introduce themselves. I will do that quickly, so I will jump right in. All right, we'll catch up with that. Let's just go on because of time. But again, I would like to warmly welcome every one of us, especially the 3-day Smart Income Challenge for smart professionals and people who want total financial and time freedom. You are most welcome. Like I introduced a little bit earlier, my name is Majid Wuraola. I am your host, and I'll be taking us on these 3 days Smart Income Challenge. So happy to have you here, and I believe we are going to have amazing time together. Okay, from Ilorin, Abiy Sharifa from Ilorin, thank you so much. All right, so we need to dive in because time waits for no man. All right, so I'd like to welcome you to day 1 of the 3 days Smart Income Challenge. Saliu Ayo, good evening, everyone. My name is Abiy Saliu. All right, you are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I want to welcome us to day 1 of the 3 days Smart Income Challenge. And it's amazing to have you here in these 3 days. We are going to have a lot to share together, a lot to learn, a lot of things to improve, a lot of things to drop, a lot of things to pick, and so on and so forth. It's going to be very, very amazing. My name is Wuraola Majid. I'm a digitalpreneur, and I'm the creator of the Smart Income System that is designed to help smart people, professionals that want to actually achieve financial and time freedom without having to sacrifice their soul or their freedom in the process. That is what this is meant for. That is who this is meant for. So we want to start, and we're starting with the movement mission. This is a movement is a movement. The smart income system is a movement. And what is the mission behind this movement? The mission is to do some things and also to prevent some things. So basically, this movement came as a result of something. So let me tell you my background. I come from a family of 6 and I'm the last one of this family. And my parents are highly qualified professionals who studied abroad even. But I noticed one thing, that as hard as they work, as much as they do, they were not earning as much as they are worth or they wanted to earn. Plus, they don't also have time. They can't decide what to do when they want to do it. And that was a big concern for me because I know they are wonderful people, they are hardworking, and they are the best of example you can think of, but money wasn't there, and they equally don't have time because they have to sell that time to make the little that they make. But I knew there must actually be a better way. So growing up, I choose my own direction and I never have to work for anybody up till now. Glory be to God. And at a point, my mission became like, how can I help a lot of other people to be able to achieve what they want to achieve without sacrificing family time? Because sometimes this family time being sacrificed has actually destroyed a lot of family. Husband is somewhere with somebody else's wife for a long period of time. The wife is somewhere, they spend more time together than they spend with as a couple. A whole lot of things actually happen. And those things happen, it goes to tell on the children as well. That is one part. The other part is, I also observed that today, a lot of youth have desire to achieve more, which is fine. But then, the direction some of them are going, not too good. Some think it's about internet fraud or make it happen. The least that I might have thought would think about betting, which is a lot of time against their religious belief, but they do it anyway. And the ladies think they have to sleep around, and some think they have to do rituals, all sorts of things. They have desire. There's nothing wrong with the desire, but they must have a means to express the desire in a better way. With the smart income system, the mission is to help youth to be able to achieve what they want to achieve without never doing what they are not supposed to do. That's against morals, against religion, against culture. They never need to do any of that. And thirdly, people, okay, maybe might be youth or adults, they're actually working and they're actually thinking, well, I think kind of the only way to make this happen today is if I can actually be in politics. So if I get to politics, I get to that office, I can also take what belongs to me like every other person is doing. And what is the effect of this? The effect is that you see a lot of people do that, have that ambition. We have more people with that ambition more than those who are there today. And I don't know about that country, but Nigeria, that is the reality. And the mission is to create a way by which, through the smart income system, that anybody, instead of thinking of getting into office and taking what does not belong to them and the masses to suffer, you can actually create your wealth and have abundance without doing any of that. So the movement mission is to create a smart income system that allows people to make income legitimately, that is legitimately and ethically, without violating the right of any other person, without doing what they're not supposed to do, and they can have it abundantly. They can have financial freedom, they can also have time freedom, and they can have location freedom as well. That is the mission behind this. 3 days behind the smart income challenge, the smart income system. So let me ask you, can let me know in the chat box, does this resonate with you? This mission, does it connect with you? Does it agree with your value? Let me know. Let me have a yes in the chat box. If it's a yes, let me have a yes in the chat box, please. Let's type it as fast as we can. Let me have a yes. Oh, this connects with my value. Yes. Oh, no. I still want to go that way. Let me know. Okay, I can see it coming. Everybody, type. Okay, yes. Oladimeji said yes. Efat Abiy, yes. Yes. Again, Solioyo, yes. And you know, this movement can actually cause this movement stronger and help a lot, because people sometimes do what they do, a lot of them do what they do because they do not know there's actually. So So they sacrifice their soul in the process, they lose their character in the process, they lose their respect, their dignity in the process, and that's not supposed to. But with the smart income system, from your smartphone, you actually can make as much money as you want to make, legitimately and ethically, in fact, impacting life without violating the right of anybody. So that is very, very, very amazing. And that's the mission. And I'm glad that this agrees. It goes in line, resonates with you. I truly love that. Thank you so much. That means you're on the same page. Now, clear with the movement mission, now we want to look at what is that thing that limits what an individual can achieve. You know, we are limitless. There's nothing we cannot achieve. God has created us with all we need to achieve anything we want to, whatsoever we want to achieve in life. But unfortunately, today in the world, there's a lot of limiting stuff making achievements to be affected. And one of such, because no matter what you want to do, if your belief, if you have a limiting belief, you don't take care of your mindset, is limiting, and it's thinking of, you're thinking of what's it called? You don't have abundant mind and you have scarcity mindset, it will always limit what can actually be. It will limit it, and that's why we have to take care of this first. So we talk about limiting beliefs and mindsets. Limiting beliefs are those beliefs, those things you tell yourself, those things you keep telling yourself, your silent talk, your self-talk to yourself, that is making you not to achieve what you can achieve. You know it and I know it as well. So limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, limiting beliefs like I'm too young, limiting beliefs like I'm too old, limiting belief like I'm a lady, limiting beliefs like my family background is not wealthy, limiting beliefs like I'm not smart enough, limiting beliefs like who am I to do this, you know, not giving yourself the permission to move forward and be the best version of yourself. A lot of limiting beliefs. So one of the assignments, because they are tasked daily, one of the assignments or one of the tasks today is you want to write out all the limiting beliefs, write it out, empty it, free up your mind, write it out. Write your limiting beliefs, one side limiting belief, and on the other side, you're going to put the empowering belief. What is that belief that you must change this limiting belief to that will make you achieve things? I'm not good enough. I am good enough. You know, I am not smart. I am super smart. What do you need to change it to? So write the limiting belief one side, and on the other side, put the empowering belief there as much as you need to. The more the better, the more you empty your mind, the better, so that you're like actually clearing whatever that is stopping you from actually moving forward or as fast as you want to. So write it, limiting beliefs and the empowering belief, really write it out. Do a screenshot, post your assignments on the group. Post your assignment on the group before noon tomorrow. That's 12, before 12 tomorrow. Do that, because for each time you do these stuff, you're actually helping yourself, and also you're actually going to earn some points, which is going to give you some reward at the end of the day. And you wouldn't want to say, had I known. So get this stuff done. Limiting beliefs, empowering belief. Now we'll talk about mindset also quickly. Mindset. Very powerful. Your mindset can actually make you or break you, can limit you or make you achieve things or not. Mindset. So let's take a quick look at mindset, just a brief of that. The mindset is that conclusion you have reached to say this cloth is green, even though it's not green, even though the part of it that is green is when you have the smart income system logo. The mindset is when you say, oh, because of, for some reason, environment, circumstance, whatever, you have said this is green. And no matter what is green, even though green is not what serves you. What serves you is saying that this is not green, this is like off-white or something, that will serve you more. But the mindset can continue to direct you. You might be so strong, very, very strong, but your mindset can keep you weak. You might be so brilliant, so talented, but your mindset can keep you as if you don't know anything. You understand what I mean? So let's take a quick look, just a hint on how this is happening. Here we have the representation of the human body. Excuse me, and here, this part is the head, while the down part here is the body. The upper part here, that is the head, is actually like divided into two. From this diagram, you can see that first part, the upper part, is where knowledge comes in. That is called the conscious mind. Knowledge comes in. When I say I'm not talking about books alone, knowledge comes in, book comes in, information comes in from people, Nigeria is tough, you know, and they say, oh, you are a lady, you cannot be something, it goes there. And you are not from a wealthy family, it goes there. All those things goes there. So all the information and knowledge goes there to the conscious mind. Let's call this part conscious mind. So the conscious mind is there, and that's happening. Then we have down here the one we call the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the one we are aware, no, we are aware when it comes. But the subconscious mind is the one that is actually down there. Is actually not like the conscious mind. Is there in the subconscious mind down there is where ideas and dreams are actually formed. Here you can put in information like raw material, remember, and now the idea and stuff will be formed, and that will form what we call paradigm. Paradigm is a way of thinking, a way of doing things. Like for me, I'm using my right hand, and you can tell if I use my left hand, as you can even see, it's not the same thing. Look at my right hand, wave it to you. It's my right hand. That's my paradigm. Is my right hand is the correct one to use. And look at my left hand. You can see it's not the same thing. It's not going the same way. It's because over the years, I've programmed myself that, well, except if this hand is not there, this is the best hand. Somebody who's using left has also programmed himself and say, well, left is the best hand. I only use right when left is not there or busy or something like that. So it's called a paradigm, a way of thinking, a way of doing things. So it's like programming, like you program a system, whatever you program a system, which is what it's going to bring forth. In the same way, whatever you program here is what's going to happen. So now, the body down here only operates, acts, and make happen what you have in your paradigm. And that's eventually the result will happen. But there's one thing I'll give you this hint. Whatever you have in the paradigm is what you are going to have in results. If what you have here is, I cannot pass, even though you are brilliant, you can pass, the result at the end of the day will be, you must not pass. Because whatever is here must be the result. But when you change that, maybe by external influence, somebody saying you can do this, you can achieve this, you can be great, you can be that, you change that paradigm, your action will change, your result will change. The same you that did not pass before will now begin to pass. And that reminds me of a great example, and I mean, coincidentally, I guess we have the individuals here. I know it was a time when in school studying and result was not nice, and eventually all things were done, punishment, I don't know if I can call it threat or something like that, but nothing actually changed. But then we had a chance to meet and we talked about some things that came in here. You know you are the best, you know you can pass, you know you can lead this class, you know you are the best. And I say I were the best. And probably that helped. And that they take into the paradigm, created a new programming. We can pass, we can be the best, and we had a deal. You pass and do well, you're going to have what you want. What do you want? I want PS game. Yeah, okay, PS2, we agreed. The paradigm changed, action changed. This was like, if I'm not wrong, this was like 2 weeks to exam. And the paradigm changed, and the result changed. That was the same result that was, close to just number in the class, when you are like that. And it wasn't for one, it would have said that by chance, it was for the two at the same time. So the mindset plays a very, very big role. Anything you want to achieve, you can. Anything you want to achieve, you can, but your mind must actually agree with that. Next, we're going to look at quickly is income sources. Yeah, you might be wondering, okay, if you're talking about 3-day smart income challenge, why is it talking about limiting belief? Why is it talking about mindset? Why is it talking about movement, mission, and all those things? It's important because if the mind is not right, nothing actually happens. You might say, but this is smart income and online. Yeah, I don't care whether it's online or offline. Your mind needs to be right. It needs to be correct. Very important. So let's look at the income sources. I mean, there are sources of income. There are basically 4. And this is what school won't teach you. You can be employed. You can be self-employed, a business owner, and investor. As an employed person, which you call the first half of the income source, you'll be putting in 100% of your effort, and your effort is multiplied by the factor of 1, which is that is you, and then your income remaining constant. Is you by your job, and that's all. You keep trading time for money. You trade your time for money, and you don't have leverage. It's just playing like that. Self-employed, you own a job. You still trading your time for money, still no leverage. Trading that time for money, and the worst part here is that everything rise and fall on you. So you're actually starting over every day from ground zero. That's another income source. Now, this side of the income source, you notice one thing. There is no leverage. No leverage. Another part of the income source, which I'm going to see on the next slide, is that this part of the income here is called the active income. Your income is active. You are there, you work, you earn. You are not there, you don't earn. Your physical presence is required like all the time, not no ifs, no buts. On the other side, you can be a big business owner where you are putting in some percent of it, let's say 1%, but multiplied by the factor of people number of people you're actually working with or serving. So it is you multiplied by people. Here is you multiplied by your job. Now it's you by people that determines your income. Here you actually own a system and people work for you. People work for you or work with you. The number of people you serve equals your income. And now you have something special, which is what every successful have. You have leverage. You have leverage. And that's a big advantage. That is one of the most important factors to wealth, leverage. Not certificate, not education. We have leverage. Investor is the last one. And this is where you make your money to actually work for you. Income is independent of your presence on this side. You don't have to be present all the way before you make income. So the income on this side is actually, you have leverage, and you also have what we call passive income, meaning you can make income whether you are there or not. These are the income sources that exist. Now on this side, what is common is that your income is limited. What is common here is that you are not in control of your income. And what is very common here is that 95% of people here, because there's no leverage and they are trading time for money, and time is limited to 24 hours, majority here, 95% of people on this side retire old, retire sick, and retire broke. And if you are not sure, please check around you, and you can confirm what I'm saying. On this other side, there are few people here, but then you'll be able to retire young, vibrant, and wealthy. The majority of people on this side as well. Why? It's not because these people are not working, they're wonderful, but because there's no leverage. And because you have leverage here, what will not happen here in 35 years can actually happen here within 2 to 5 years. So these are the income sources. And you see, anywhere you live in the world, you are in one place or the other. So where you are determines whether you can actually have financial breakthrough or not. Yes, you're going to put in effort, but you might be positioned disadvantageously in a place. You understand what I mean? Here, you're actually not positioned for wealth, for abundance here. But here, you're actually far much more positioned for financial abundance. And this is what a lot of people don't know. People keep changing jobs, keep changing things, but result remains the same. That's about that. So look at income, we look at passive and active. We've seen the active income, we'll see the limitation and stuff. I've also seen that the other side is the passive one. Well, The passive income is talking about walk away from 90% of the crowd. 90% of the crowd are getting active income. And that's why the financial struggle is strong, is thick, is everything. But if you can walk away and be part of people that are making passive income, then you are helping yourself. Be part of the 3% that are making passive income. That would be a very great thing to do because it will help you so much. And what is it saying? It said, do not use their excuse. Take charge of your life. That's said by Jim Rohn. Do not use yourself 90% of the crowd. You know, a lot of excuse, a lot of mindset things there. Instead, challenge yourself to be the best you can be. So walk away from the 90% of the crowd that are earning active income to the few ones that are earning passive income, because passive income is the future. Warren Buffett once said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you are actually going to work until you die. You don't want that, isn't it? And the major part of the limitation that's coming from the other side, the left side of the income source, is also because it's active and because there's no leverage. So it's important to begin to pay attention to how can I earn passive income. A lot of people earn income actively and they are fine because they are strong now, they can move up and down. Now, what happens when you get much older and you actually cannot move up and down like before? Have you seen that? Have you seen your income take a dive like that, goes down? The more you grow older, the more it goes down. But when your income is passive, what can happen? It can shoot up and shoot up and shoot up all the way. So with this, let me just ask, I need your answer in the chat box. Which one do you think will help more, now and later, active or passive income? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the chat box. And again, for the assignment, you want to write which one will you prefer to build your life around, passive or active income? I need you to answer that part of the assignment. You can just put it under the limiting belief stuff you do. Okay. Olarawaju Endurance, passive. Oladimeji, active. All right, no problem. As you go on, things will get clearer and you'll be able to make a more informed decision. So, what are the limitations of active income? Okay, passive, that's great. What are the limitations of Salio Ayo, passive income, MJ, passive income? Fantastic. Fantastic. Even when sometimes we are young, it might be strange, it might look strange, but it might be a good thing to start. You know, you want to go in the direction, you can start going there right now. And that will help a lot. That will help a lot. We can learn from people before. That's an advantage, you know. Passive income is the thing, but then I'm not going to assume. So the last assignment for day one, the first assignment is limiting beliefs, and you want to put at the other side empowering beliefs. At least you want to pump out 7, everybody. 7. Print it out, no matter how small, no matter how close, don't worry, put it out. Everybody will have our own. Put it out. Do the assignment and post it there. Then secondly, active income or passive income, which one will you go for any day, anytime, if you can make a choice, passive or active? And thirdly, the third and final assignment is, what are the limitations of active income? Where you have to be there before you make money. What are the limitations? Get those answered as well. That's the third assignment, limitations of active income. I want you to write as much as you can get. We look at the person with the highest number with a special point as we connect tomorrow. So that's the last assignment. So limitations of active income, because it's important to be aware. If you are not aware, can you do anything about it? And why do we want to make sure we take a serious step on this? I want us to listen to this video. Why are we talking about income? Why is income so important? Because the income we earn, the money will make the income you earn, determines what you can do or not do. Very, very important to understand that. It's not an alternative, it's a compulsory part. I mean, for parents, for children, and everybody, And we've come off age where we better actually start talking about income now for people when our kids are young, because they need money. And there are several things the youth are doing today. Why not talk about it, guide them, and give them a better chance? Why do we need to take a serious step on doing something about our income today? Because expenses is going higher, inflation is going very fast, and income is falling. And now if you don't do something about that, you might be activating poverty. And World Bank said in 2020 that by 2022, over 96 million Nigerians will be in extreme poverty as a result of COVID-19. Now check the price of things, now check our currency, losing value day in, day out, and look at what's happening around you. Reason why you want to take a very serious bold step on being in charge of your income and doing something about it now before it is too late.
If you don't do something about your financial situation, your income will relatively remain unchanged, while consumption and expenditure will continue to rise. Did you hear what I said? If you don't do something about your financial situation, your income will remain relatively unchanged, while consumption and expenditure will continue to rise. What does that mean? That is the activation of poverty. When that happens, poverty is activated.
Yeah, you want to be intentional about this, intentional and deliberate about this. And that is why it's important to pay very special attention to this Smart Income Challenge, which is going to help you to solve a major part of income, not just making money now, but actually create a way by which you can actually make income smartly, a system to do that. That's what we're talking about. So I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone for joining me for day one of this amazing 3 days Smart Income Challenge. I believe your mind has been opened a little bit more, and you've actually seen reasons left and right why things are the way it is, why it is important to actually take some steps, make some changes happen deliberately. I'm sure you've actually been able to see that. So go ahead, get your tasks, get your assignment done. It's part of transformation we want to see. Get it done, get it submitted. Remember, on or before 12 noon tomorrow, but the earlier you do it, the better. And the more the transformation is actually happening for you as well. So tomorrow, day 2 is going to be by same time, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time, and if you're in Ghana, that's 7:30 p.m. your time. Make sure you are here live. Take advantage of this. And if you are getting this on replay for any reason, ensure you catch up quickly, do your tasks so that you don't miss out. You don't want to miss out at the transformation that happened at the end of the day. You don't want to say, I know. So get those things done, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow too, we'll be looking forward to getting some more resources, probably a workbook I can actually work with in this challenge period by God's grace. And at the end of the day, you will be able to take a bold step in the right direction towards smart income for yourself, so that you never have to sacrifice your precious family time. You never need to sacrifice your soul. By that I mean doing things that you know is against your conscience. Those things normally you won't do it. A lot of people will normally not do some certain things, but because they think there's no alternative and that's the system and something and work condition, they do what they will never do. You never need to do that again to make as much as you want to make. Thank you so much, Mr. Ryan. Thank you so much too. God bless you too. God bless everybody. So thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you have any question, you can put it on the group. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.